Hello everybody and welcome back to another blind commentary of Wonder over Yonder Season 2 episodes 25 and 26. Yeah, that's pretty usual outro. Man, this is just... I'm excited to continue with the series because this series has been a positive surprise through and through, and honestly it has swiftly become one of my favorite series ever. Like, this is certainly, it's such an underrated series. Though I've never heard anyone talk really anything bad about it, but I've heard very few people, and I've searched actually quite a few forum discussion boards regarding animation, and I'm kind of disappointed how few people actually know of this series. It's a shame, honestly, considering that this is, yeah, just a freaking amazing show. Let's get on with the show. I know I just need to praise it a little bit because it's so good. I mean, considering that this is a pretty cool recurring theme that has been going on in this season quite a lot now recently, which has been that Wonder and Sylvia have been, well, chased specifically by Dominator quite a bit. That's a pretty neat little running theme there that I really do like, because it just gives this season a lot more of a personality compared to the first season. Again, nothing bad with the first season, but, you know, it's neat that there's this little running theme.
Sylvia's homeworld, here we go!
Okay! Also, they can just warp out of Galaxy. That... okay.
Gil?
Wait, Phil, Gil, and I do love alliteration like that, so that's... alliteration? Shoot, I don't remember the right term for that. That's great.
Glad to see you too! This guy. Don't you
stop! I know I'm pausing up for a bit of a strange reason, but there's something odd with the background music and I absolutely love it. Just listen to it, it's fantastic. Take a listen to it.
So, let me ask you something there, monkey cat. How much you bench?
Oh, please, when have you seen a cat?
Just last week, I saw...
There's something with it that I just absolutely adore. Is it? Oh, it's probably because it's a harmonica. Or an accordion, rather, but yeah.
Two cats. Two cats.
Whatever.
This guy. Don't you start with me.
Brotherly love.
Graham, you must have some stories about Sylvia.
I don't like you.
Oh, it's like having a grandma once again. Rest in peace. That's... those are big potatoes.
Grub.
Okay.
Here you go, buddy.
Oh my god, that's adorable!
Here you go, buddy.
Oh, that... oh, goodness gracious, that's freaking adorable.
They'll scratch your eyes out.
He's not a monkey!
Okay. Well, you can see where Sylvia's violent tendencies come from. From the family. That's... okay. That's quite a radical difference to... quite a radical difference to, you know, Wonder just in general. But I must say that family actually kind of reminds me of being home once again. Just peeling potatoes day in and day out. And work at the fields. Yeah, not good memories. But, yeah. God damn, the show is freaking comes out of the left field and throws a lot of just surprising emotional moments at us. I did not see that coming. I am positively surprised. I didn't expect this. And that's a pretty good thing. It's just, damn, that's unexpected. But also that has a lot of good connotations, like a lot of good connotations to it. Not only, of course, the lovely little familiar relations that implies, but more importantly, in terms of the whole galactic picture, it means that Sylvia's and Wander's efforts are actually recognized. We have known that they have been talked about, and people do recognize them, but that they are being, like, kind of advertised on newspapers and all that, that's really freaking important. That's a really neat little thing. That often you don't see that, so it's cool to see that. I like that. I like that a lot. Also, it's just a good little emotional moment as well.
You kept all this? Of course I did.
Also, how was Wander able to pick them all up? I still hold the belief that Wander is a supernatural being, a multidimensional being with godlike powers, because holy fucking hell, only next to powers compared to the Black Cube and the Hat. Okay, let me give a brief epilogue for the episode, because that is just a freaking good ending, like, to that episode. Now, I didn't really like that episode that much before that ending, but that much. I still kind of liked it because it had a lot of lovely little jokes to it that I do quite enjoy. But that ending is just... The show does a lot of good endings. It can turn around a lot of episodes in the latter half of those episodes. It's a surprising thing to the show that it can do such a thing. That just have a complete turnaround on the episodes like that.
Okay, there's Dominatorship thing that's never happened.
Okay, this is taking an interesting theme in that rather usual... As rather self-aware of the title as the episodes are, it's a rather usual storyline for having a rival there, and this can go one of two ways. This can either go the more usual route, or there will be some lovely little switcheroo in the end. I'm actually fine with both. Let's see.
This doesn't make sense. Why would Dominator let Emperor Awesome on her ship? He hasn't been a contender in ages.
Totally read lips. I love how emotive the ship can be. Like, just the fact that it's shaped like a skull is just... It's coming to fruition that they are using the ship to talk. The ship can emote. That's... I haven't talked about that before. That's cool.
He's not...
God, fine. Oh my god, I haven't praised the music department of the show enough, because... God damn it, it's good.
Trying to woo her, he's demonstrating how he destroys planets with his...
Have you ever been so pissed off that you grabbed a man by his ass? Not like that, but like... Oh, goodness gracious. I was not prepared for this.
No, what happened? Come back!
Oh, his tears must have...
That was a brilliant sequence. That is both a reference, probably a reference to a lot of kid game shows, but that's also pretty freaking well animated for what it's done. It's pretty freaking good. Yes, God damn, that show has freaking excellent animation.
Sort it out the camera. There's only one thing to do, sir. If you want to know what's going on, we'll have to go. Sir, left!
My left or your left?
We have the same left!
Oh,
No which way left is?
why is that funny? Oh, goodness gracious. Why is that so funny? Oh, super weapon.
What's that?
It must be awesome.
Almighty Lord Dominator, we present to you Emperor Awesome's totally awesome top secret
What?
weapon, guaranteed to conquer the galaxy and your
I was wondering, huh? I was wondering how those actually talk, but you know, that makes a surprising amount of sense that they talk like that. What did I think about that? That's also just the. God damn, I love the animation. So it's just like it just tries to think of the most imaginative way of doing things and just pushes it over the edge. It's freaking fantastic.
Oh no, we were both right. They are taking over the galaxy together.
Okay.
are dating. She knows my name.
She called you an idiot.
Holy shit, that is horrifying. Also, that expression is just absolutely fantastic. But I mean, I'm surprised that there's not just cooked fish being served right now. But that's actually to be the expected outcome. So you know, I do love how Dominator can be so actually pretty threatening.
An idiot whose name she knows. Don't be like that, babe. Come on, what about all the good times? Hey.
Well. Now, these two episodes are pretty good. Like, I do like them. They are taking, as per usual for the show, they take a normal concept that's taken and they just give it a sprinkle of their own magic and make it fantastic. And that's pretty good. That's what the show does, that's what they do well, and that's what they're sticking to. And that's pretty cool. There's not much to say about the episodes. They are just pretty good episodes overall. The first episode had a really good ending, which I really... It didn't really pull as hard on the heartstrings as few other episodes so far, but it was amusing. It was great. It's a good ending, however. It's a good episode overall. If a bit weaker on the early parts of it, because it just felt like it was just repeating jokes, but it was honestly just a build up to that ending, and that was honestly pretty good. It was worth it. It's a good ending that completely made the episode worth it. So, yeah. It's not part of my favorite episodes, but it certainly made it really good. And the second episode, oh boy. Now, while this doesn't have any exemplaries, anything exactly that I can point to as being a magnificent little piece of it, these two episodes together actually showcase just some of the show's greatest strengths, such as its animation, and what I especially want to point out this time around is its magnificent music direction, because I feel like I haven't praised that enough. The show has absolutely fantastic musical composition and auditory synchronization with the actions and the animation and just everything. Because honestly, the music and the sound effects and the voice acting and everything on the auditory part of the show is fantastic. I should have talked about that more, but it's really, really top-notch quality, as is to be expected of the show. It's always very top-notch quality, but the music is honestly just freaking great. Even if they do repeat some of the more iconic tracks, such as for Awesome, he has a pretty signature tune, but that's completely fine to repeat that. It's more well, it's a more of a signature than anything else, and it's not bad. So I love the music of the show. It's freaking fantastic. I want more people to watch this show. It's just fantastic. Yeah, that's not much else to say. I just wanted to just gush about the music, because it's fantastic, it's so well done. And the music itself actually does take a lot of influence from a lot of different sources, to be honest, and they are fitting them pretty well, in my opinion, to the episodes themselves. So it's just something I want to point out, that the music is just fantastic. And I'm repeating myself. Yeah. That's about all I have to say. I kind of do like the second episode quite a bit because of the... It is pretty funny. Now that I think about it, how did it manage to make 10 minutes? Well, that's I suppose pacing is a pretty good sign of the show as well, because it didn't feel like 10 minutes at all. It felt like 2 minutes, and it was just amusing all the way through. This show... Okay, that show manages to do this so often. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope to see you in the future. My hair's all messed up. Thank you all very much for watching. Ganmu out. Have a great day and stay awesome.